Did you know Simone Biles' husband, Jonathan Owens? He gave up the team's training to accompany his wife to the Paris Olympics. Their acquaintance began through a dating app. When they first met, Jonathan did not know that Simone was an Olympic gymnastics champion, even though Jonathan was also an athlete. He is an NFL star currently playing for the Chicago Bears. After 3 years of getting to know each other, they determined that they were the perfect match. In 2023, Jonathan and Simone held their wedding in Mexico. The ceremony was attended by over 100 guests, and the venue was adorned with white flowers. Simone refers to Jonathan as her soulmate and thanks him for helping her stay grounded during the craziest times. Jonathan feels the same way about Simone. Before the Paris Olympics, Jonathan got an S tattooed on his finger to represent Simone. To ensure he could be present for Simone's competitions, Jonathan even included this request in his contract with the team.
I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
It's for your mouth. Let me know if you need a bigger piece.
So there's this strange trend that happens on social media where women who show love to men can sometimes be mislabeled and insulted as pick-me's. And this is especially true in the Black community. Black women who show love and respect for Black men specifically are generally bullied, disrespected, and shamed.
The women that are a part of the I Don't Need a Man Club, they are the ones who are harmful to the community. Last night I was called a horse-faced woman by a woman who claims to be a girl's girl and all about the sisterhood. Now take a wild guess of the race of the woman who said that. Just take a wild guess. And if you haven't guessed, if you don't know, I'll tell you, it was a Black woman.
And, I've experienced some of this. I've gotten the pick-me vibes, all of that. People say I'm pandering, people saying I'm just lying to Black men to get money, which I've always said, if I wanted to lie to anyone to get money, it'd be women, because women are a lot easier to lie to. Men really aren't giving money like that online unless it involves sex. And outside of that, they're not so quick to just give to somebody just because men are not as easily manipulated to open their pocketbook the way women is. But that's besides the point. I've gotten judged with this, and I've even talked to other married women who have explicitly said that when they became married or when they got in relationships, they had to essentially distance themselves from certain relationships or distance themselves from certain people because they recognized that those women had bad influences and were trying to break down their marriage. And so I've noticed this personally. I know other Black women who've experienced this. And unfortunately, Simone Biles, as successful as she has been, as inspirational as she has been, as positive as she has been, she is not exempt from getting the same amount of scrutiny. I started off by just giving you a quick snapshot of, what's happened in their relationship. Remember, there was a video that went viral a while back where he alluded to being the prize. If you look at the entire interview, Simone Biles was not fazed at all. She was right there. And in many ways, she was actually agreeing with what she said because she is the one that essentially pursued him. The entire interview was cute. And when you look at it, it just really seems like they had a great synergy. Here they are, years later, they're happily married. And he has done so many supportive things for her. He showed up to her games. Even in his recent contract that he negotiated with the Chicago Bears, he literally put in his contract that he was going to need time off to see his wife. He's supports her wherever he goes. He recently got her gifts and roses to help prepare her for the Olympic team. And so, certainly many of the outward gestures that he has shown, not only has it not really gotten a lot of feedback or no one seems to be talking about it, that's not the point. They just seem like they really love each other. And, the fact that she is smart to not allow the dictates and the shaming and the blaming and the thoughts of other bitter women online who probably actually secretly want her husband to keep her from enjoying her life. But the bigger thing I want to highlight is that here is a successful woman having to navigate this BS. Even a freaking international superstar athlete has to still deal with getting hate because she loves her Black husband and because this Black man is not bowing down to her. To me, it really seems like all of the all of the disgust and all the disdain, it's not even because they necessarily care about her happiness, because if they did, that they will be cool with her and they would allow a young couple to grow and evolve. They would support it. But it seems like every 15 seconds, people still have something mad to say. And it doesn't matter what this black man does. It doesn't matter how he shows up for his wife. It doesn't matter how much they say that they're happy and how much they're just trying to live their life. It doesn't matter. They are hell bent on making him be some horrible person. When they say single women will keep women single, here is a prime example. So let's just go through these comment section real quick, and I'm going to show you, again, some prime examples. Folks straight up hating. This one, it says, okay, it's a canon event. We must not interfere. That got close to 150K likes. Literally, it says, the time to let boys disrespect you is middle school, high school. A grown woman with Olympic medals dealing with that is pathetic. Y'all are still so pressed over a comment that she was not upset about. If this woman was not upset about what her husband said publicly, she was right there laughing and giggling and kikiing with them. Why are y'all mad? Why are y'all mad? He has been nothing but supportive to her, showing up at the games, taking time out, negotiating time in his contract to be there, getting her gifts, Louis Vuitton bags, flowers, and probably stuff that we don't even know about because we don't need to know about it. It's their life. But I'm just saying, like, to me, if we really want to sit here and compare, there has been so many more acts. There's been so many more acts of appreciation, let alone look at this comment that he just shared about his wife. I thought it was so sweet. He says such positive things about her. Like this comment that was recently posted, like he literally said, how did I get so lucky that this is my wife and I get to see her, someone that's literally at the pinnacle of their sport, and I get to call this my wife. It's amazing. There's no words to really describe it. Just blessed. So it's like, there's nothing this man could do or say to make these ladies happy. And honestly, obviously, it's not about making these ladies happy. But what I'm saying is that I feel like there's an agenda out there to just keep Black women bitter, single, and hating on their men. I don't know how many of these people are bots. I don't know how many of these women are just drinking the Kool-Aid and are just themselves a part of the bitter Betty brigade and need to like divest from the bitter Bettys. I don't know how many of these women are either just secretly jealous of Simone and want their marriage to break up so that they can slide into his DMs. I don't know. I'm not fully aware, but I'm like, if we look at these comments, let's look at these comments, for example. It says, no, but literally, what is his name again? Another one, audible sigh. Another one, free you my heart. Another one, no, actually, who is he? Another one, you deserve so much better than this. That one had like almost 46,000 likes. This one, I keep hearing his name and forgetting it right after. I'm not even exaggerating. Another one, what actually is his name though? Another one, the way we're being for real when we say we forget this man's name, because I actually did know it at one point, but now I can't remember. Crying emoji. Another one, the way I actually forgot his name. Another one, I've seen his name so many times and I still cannot remember it. Another one, I don't remember how he looks, much less his name. Like, y'all, this to me is not the way you treat somebody you love and respect. This is this woman's husband. These comments or whatever, they're referring to her husband. If she's not pressed about the fact that he's not like international news, then why are y'all? This is not everybody. But unfortunately, there are loud voices out there, and there is an agenda out there to keep Black folks from not loving each other. And we see how this negativity spreads when you see a Black woman with her Black husband, and they're hating her. They're doing everything they can to try to persuade her to leave this man when he has been nothing but kind to her. And I've noticed how some Black female channels, like, they will capitalize anytime they see a Black man doing something horrible. They will like promote it. They will capitalize off of it. They'll be like, see, these Black men, they're dusties, yada yada yada. Like we know that there is a market for this, because if it wasn't so, we wouldn't see so many divested, swirler, interracial couple channels like getting millions of followers and millions of hits, with only 0.5% of white men in America have a Black wife. Black men are the most likely to marry Black women to date across, not even the USA, across the diaspora. So I really think there is an agenda to divide Black men and women. Unfortunately, Simone Biles, no matter how successful she is not exempt from receiving the same negativity. Now, we know at the end of the day, that when there's true love and there's a true connection, no amount of bitter broads online and no amount of negative feedback can come in between that. And when you are a woman who has a man, I am sorry. When you have a real man in your life that you really love, you don't want to be sitting up there with a whole bunch of other bitter women talking about how bad men are. Because there's nothing like going home every single day to a man that you're attracted to, laying up with you in your bed, y'all having a good time, going on vacations. Like even Simone Biles said that. She was like, now gymnastics is something I get to do, but I'm happy that I get to go home to my husband and my dogs and my life and our happy relationships that I have. Like my life is so much fuller now that I have this relationship. So when you have that relationship and you have that fulfilling love and family, you are not going to allow some random folks online who are bitter and don't know your situation to come in between it. You're not. So shout out to them, and I hope they continue to thrive. I really do. I know they're young in their marriage, but I just hope that they continue to have whatever success. I'm wishing them success in the right boundaries and whatever they need to do, and that these silly voices don't get in the way of it. But these negative voices online, they are reflective, I believe, of a larger agenda to continue the division between genders, and especially continue the division between Black men and Black women. There has always been an agenda to divide the Black family. That has always been at work, starting from slavery, and even now. It's just taken on different forms. We know this through different policies that have passed. We know this through different traditions. We know this through just media. There's always been an agenda to divide, and that is no different. But my point is, if you are a Black person and you are a Black woman, do yourself a favor and stop feeding into self-hatred, okay? And if you have had a bad, broken relationship with a Black man and you are bitter, I am sorry. Seek help. Seek healing, okay? Seek healing from the Most High and therapy. But don't take your bitterness and spread it to everybody else. Don't try to burn down the whole community because you had a bad relationship. Because if you get healed, you might actually find a Black man that you can get along with, and you can have love, and you can still have life beyond that. Like there is life beyond broken hearts. But unfortunately, there are some people who just don't know how to live beyond their brokenness. And that really feeds into this negative agenda. But it doesn't have to be like that. So misery loves company. There's going to be miserable people out there, unfortunately, using their misery to try to tear down marriages. And that agenda fits in perfectly with the agenda to try to keep Black folks divided. Fortunately, Black people who are living their lives, or just folks who are living their lives in general, loving themselves, they have a strong union, they have a strong marriage, they don't allow that to get in the way. But it's also important to acknowledge what's going on, hopefully so that it loses its power. Anyways, those are my thoughts. What do you think? Do you agree or disagree? Let me know. Leave your questions, comments, concerns in the comment section below. Thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far, and we'll talk later. Bye.